Like NASCAR, want to learn about the force that keeps the cars going around the track? Then join us for our screaming balloon activity. It's Janet here at the 4-H office. Today's Fun Friday activity, we are going to explore sound and motion and make some screaming balloons. So for today's activity, what you need are 1 or 2 balloons. You need some hex nuts, which you can find at the hardware store. Also, if you have something that doesn't have any squared off edges, like a penny or a washer or a marble, I'm using some flat washers, also from the hardware store, which are very similar in size and weight to our hex nuts. So to get started, what you're going to do is grab your balloons, give them a little bit of a stretch, drop your hex nut in one balloon, make sure it's down to the bottom, and then you're going to blow your balloon up. Now, we don't want to blow it up totally full all the way so it'll pop. We want to have it about halfway full. So we'll get to work on that. Blow it up, tie it off. We don't want the air to come out. You need a little bit of help with this. Find mom and dad or an older sibling. Next, we're going to take our second balloon. We're going to put our flat washer in this one. Make sure it's down all the way to the bottom. It's helpful if you have a clear or white balloon because then you can see where they actually are. So we're going to blow this one up. Try to get it about the same size to keep our experiment fairly consistent. Tie this one off as well. And now, for our experiment, we're going to make a screaming balloon. So this is pretty cool. And what we're going to do is hold our balloon like this in the palm of our hand so that the tail part is against our palm, and we're just going to create a screaming balloon. Now, that was our hex nut. Let's compare with our flat washer. Our flat washer moves, but it doesn't quite make the sound that our hex nut makes. And that is because of the force acting on the hex nut. The balloon is circular shaped. We actually are using centripetal force, which is an inward force that pushes on the hex nut and keeps it going along the edges of our balloon. If we had a flat surface or something without curves, our hex nut would fly off in a straight line and not follow the size of the balloon like our hex nut is. Now, because our washer, our flat washer, or if we use a penny or a marble, we don't have those edges to make that noise. We don't have that air getting in between those edges because we have a flat, smooth edge that follows the side of our balloon. The edges on the hex nut create vibrations, which creates our sound. We don't get the vibrations to create that screaming sound with our flat washer. So we are using friction, which is another force. Friction actually is the rubbing of 2 objects together. Our hex nut is rubbing against the side of our balloon when we spin it, creating that friction, that heat, and that will actually cause the balloon to pop eventually. So if you're going to make screaming balloons somewhere, make sure you're outside, away from other people, and not near any windows or anything breakable because they do go flying. So this is Janet at the 4-H office. I hope you had fun learning about centripetal force and friction.